Welcome to another episode of Hypoghettocally Speaking. I'm one of your hosts, A.O.B. in the building for another week.
It's your president speaking, Vic for president.
Max Zanny checking in.
Good game, Dre checking in.
It's Mika Meek.
It's Mr. Technically Difficult.
Hey, Meek, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I haven't got to yell with somebody like you in a long time. But I like to check in. How's everybody week? What weekend? Did you make it to another? Because we had another Monday. So how was y'all week, man? Y'all good?
Yeah, mine was good. Pretty
Everybody
good.
straight?
So,
All right. My weekend.
We all lying?
My week was fucking terrible. But that's neither here nor there. All right. So we're gonna get straight into it. So the hypothetical today is a little difficult. You know, whatever your answer is, I will not hold it against you. So hypothetically speaking, what is the worst thing to ever happen to black people? Why your face did that, Daddy?
Cause nigga, we supposed to name what's
The
one
worst thing to
the
ever happen
worst.
to...
I went there.
Wait, what?
Are you white?
No, I'm saying
Black
saying
every day.
the
I already
shit
know the
that
answer to this.
like it's so much shit that I could say.
Yeah, so
Then-
say the one you want to say.
You don't have to be
I
there.
don't know. It's my mind went so many places, but that's why I was like, nigga, what? And I wasn't even there for the shit that I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So the list can go the fuck on.
I just wanna hear the
That's
one thing
all-
off your list.
Somebody take the flow so I
Okay.
can.
My answer is slavery.
That was mine. The fuck? I was,
Not my answer.
and it was just
What
like
you got?
the.
I forget the word. What's the opposite of segregation when they would bring us?
Desegregation?
Yeah,
when they
dese-
integrated?
Yeah, integration.
Okay,
that's what I was about
first of all,
to
that's
say.
a good answer.
That's what I was about to say.
And my answer is...
Go ahead.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, so my answer is the crack epidemic.
Oh,
The 80s?
Oh,
yeah, Reagan era.
the 80s.
Reagan
Fucked
era.
us.
Can we explain
The worst,
why
though?
integration and the crack epidemic was worse than slavery? I
Well,
just want to know your.
I didn't
your
pick that one, so I'm
guys'
going to let him go
I would-
on that one.
So as is because I sadly I did research on slavery, and when if you look at when you say slavery, you're just thinking about like our slice, the American you know transatlantic one, but
Yeah, for black people. That's what we were talking about, right?
yeah, but you gotta say worse. I'm just thinking like, okay, when we were getting better, what set us back the most? I feel like that was one of those things.
But you don't.
What?
You okay?
No, that's how I
am-
interpret the question.
I am confused. Okay, so if my answer is slavery,
Yeah.
right? So you think that's bad, but at some point things were getting better, and then we integrated.
And got
so that
worse?
was
No, I'm not
worse?
talking about from slavery. I'm talking about like what was like the worst setback.
Well, that wasn't the question, right? The question was, what do you think the worst thing that happened to black people was, right? Was that
Yeah.
not the question?
Yeah,
So not necessarily a setback, but the worst thing.
yeah,
So
So you still think integration was the worst thing
yeah.
over slavery?
Over slavery, yeah.
I could have stayed on for this shit.
Oh,
Not saying that slavery wasn't horrible. I was just.
I just.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry for cutting you off. This is what I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, I really don't understand this shit. Because if there was no slavery, we would never been enslaved. We never came to this land. If we never came to this land, we wouldn't been reintegrated. We would never have been introduced to crack. So for you to sit here and tell me, another black man, that slavery wasn't shit, but crack was, that shit fucking stupid. You tell me that coming back together, meshing with other people was worse than slavery? What the fuck? I could have stayed on for this shit. That shit is so fucking stupid, bro. The one thing that have us fucked up in this country
Yeah,
is because we was enslaved, we was brought here against our will.
yeah.
That's
And we
that's
was
behind
took from,
crack. That's behind reintegrating with other people, right?
Okay.
Because if we was in our own land, we wouldn't be going through none of this shit. Am I right or am I wrong? Right. If we was our own land, we'll be kings and queens of our own land versus over here like peons and getting treated like second class citizens. You feel me? So y'all telling me that shit? I could have stayed my block. I could have gotten in bed. That's some bullshit, bro. That just pissed me off. I didn't want to say nothing earlier, but that shit really pissed me off. Because how you gonna sit here and say you okay with fucking slavery? That's what you telling me.
No,
You okay
no.
with it?
I'm not okay with slavery.
So how is that the worst
How is
thing?
that worse?
Yeah.
How
I
what
guess
you
that's
said
what
is
it
worse than
is.
No,
slavery?
because the first thing that came to my mind was that. I was just thinking like the first thing was like, oh wow.
So
like,
what makes it second? What makes it not the number one worst thing?
Well, because I
ever?
didn't compare
Yeah.
it to slavery.
That was my
Like
first
the
thing.
first two things that came to my head was that, and honestly, that was the first thing. I didn't
Is
think
it
about
because
slavery. as that.
maybe that in this generation you're so far removed from it that it's not the first thing that comes up?
They-
I think it's
Or-
because it
Maybe,
gets
but-
brought up so
'Cause I
often,
know
so I try to
people-
think about the other things
I
that
know
happen.
people can still feel the ripple effects from, the crack epidemic, so maybe that is fresher on your mind. I don't know.
No.
But in general, you don't think slavery is
I think
worse
I
than
think it is
immigration?
because the first thing that comes to my mind is not to say slavery for every answer. 'cause
Why?
it-
Why?
I mean, if that's
Why?
the answer, that's the damn answer. Like,
answer, bro.
Why?
if
No,
that
why?
is.
No, because
Why?
I try to think about other shit that happened.
No, and nobody's negating that
Yeah.
other shit,
Yeah,
other
I'm not
bad
saying-
shit
yeah,
didn't
I'm not saying
happen.
that, but
Yeah.
why?
It
You
did.
don't-
There's
my-
other bad shit that happened.
No, I'm just saying
Why
that's where my
wouldn't-
mind went.
Well, why do your mind go to? Oh, I don't want to think about slavery.
Because slavery sucks.
Hold on,
Like,
but no,
it's
no,
But
see,
that's the answer
but
to the
this our
question
problem
first.
right now, though. This
Yeah.
our problem right now. Motherfuckers don't want to sit here and speak the truth.
Yeah.
You sitting here, you kiki with these white people in they fucking face and shit.
Yeah.
But they ancestors the one that did this to us and our ancestors.
Yeah.
So you want to be, oh, I don't want to think about slavery. So the first time something happened, oh, why you want to pull a black card, bitch? Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna choose your people over me. So I'm gonna choose my people. I'm gonna support my people. So I don't understand that. I don't understand when everybody want to put all this shit under the rug, but when fucked up shit happen every day, it's just like, oh, no, nigga, that's that. I don't understand that. I don't understand when people just negate the fact that that's some of the worst shit that ever happened to us. Motherfuckers talk
Well,
about that
that's
shit.
not some, that's
When we
the
say
worst.
something about another ethnic group or another religion or whatever the hell it is, motherfuckers get shut down.
Yeah.
But you can sit here and write movies
About
still to this day
Yeah.
about that shit. You
Yeah.
can't make a movie about that shit. You make a movie about that shit getting pulled.
Yeah.
Niggas going to jail, niggas losing their money. But you can sit there and talk about black peoples and slaves getting beat. Beat. You seen Rosewood?
Yeah.
That wasn't even slavery. Come on, my nigga. Yeah, man, I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
Can you explain your answer?
Well,
I would like to hear this.
so what I said I was gonna do is, I told Vic this week I was gonna be better at letting everybody get their point out, not screaming and just waiting my turn. So I let everybody do their thing, so I can, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to scream over nobody. I wait my
Okay.
turn. So this is why I say the crack. This is why I say the crack epidemic. So first off, I want to start off by saying I'm not neglecting or negating slavery
Okay.
as being atrocious and being one of the most atrocities never filmed. Because people say that it was the Holocaust, but it's only because the Holocaust was filmed and slavery wasn't. But slavery was way worse, right? But there's some things. So I want you to walk with me. Maybe if you walk with me, I can explain it. So slavery's terrible, right? But even in that terrible, it's some things that black people had, right? So you know about jumping the broom, or about jumping the broom. So people were getting married. People were trying their best to stay together and not be sold off. People were running away. We had the Underground Railroad. We had really like black people working together for better, right? So then we integrated, I guess, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We integrated, we went to war and we came back, right? Came back, and now black fathers couldn't stay in their homes. Now black men who fought for their country couldn't get jobs. Now they dope fiends. Now mama dope fiends and then babies are dope fiends. And then we got crack babies, and then we got you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that Ronald Reagan did to the black home is still affected today. We got welfare and we got single parent homes where dad can't stay there if she want welfare or she want Section 8, and all that like came from the crack era. Like that came from them throwing it in our faces saying that we didn't matter. And by the way, dropped the crack there, brought us the crack, and then pretended they didn't have nothing to do with it, right? Like it. So I think what he was trying to say was we had got to a point where black people were moving forward, right? Like we had black enterprise, we had black inventors, we you know what I'm saying, we had Black Wall Street, and then we started to integrate, or then we start.
Continue. Cause I'm gonna be dead on both of y'all ass. Continue.
What am I missing?
Don't go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
What?
Continue.
He missed the part where you started with it
No, I
wasn't
heard
the worst.
everything.
Okay.
I heard everything. Go
That's how
ahead.
he came in here.
That's why I came in here. Because you just proved my point. Because what you say about the 80s that they brought the crack in here, that was continuing slavery. So you putting them in the worst positions that they are, so they could depend on you. So if
So
we was
what-
never enslaved, we would never been through none of that shit.
How about
So
saying
you-
second worst then? Because
I'm
we
trying-
already know what the worst is.
So this is what's happening, right? Usually I'm screaming and I'm yelling, and I'm trying to be calm.
Right.
And now the direct opposite of what I'm doing is what Vicky is.
And it ain't
I
gonna
could-
last too much longer.
I could have sworn like we had a whole conversation that we wasn't gonna do no more.
and I
yelling
could have stayed
and
home for
screaming.
this.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? That first of all, you're able to feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You passionate about that shit. I'm not getting angry that you passionate about your shit because that's your opinion. My opinion is we got to a point where we were progressive. We had black leadership. We had Black Wall Street. Things were moving. And then the crack era, to his point, set us so far back behind. Like, black families are still destroyed. Like, my mama was a dope fiend, still a dope fiend. Like, the crack era destroyed the black family. You talking about destroying a race of people? I get that. I'm with you. I'm not glossing over that. I'm saying what I directly associate with is I know every family got a dope fiend uncle.
Well, that's what I mean.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I mean by proximity. It's because you're so far removed from slavery. I feel as though
I get where
some
you're
people,
going. I get
No.
where you're going with it.
You see what I'm saying?
But no, okay,
I'm saying slavery happened.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying,
what you're
I'm saying,
saying.
I'm
That's
saying,
fine.
I get that. I'm not taking nothing from that. I'm saying, but I watched with my eyes.
But that's what I'm saying.
I watched with my eyes.
Proximity and being far removed from something.
Like what destroyed neighborhoods and people and you see what I'm
How
saying?
does slavery not do worse than that? You destroyed families. You separated them. They don't know who their family are. They don't know where their lineage are. A lot of people can't trace their goddamn family back further than goddamn 1900 probably because they don't know where the fuck they came from. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people.
And
they
I think
searching
that's
for
why
themselves
he's saying that ain't the
or whatever.
worst.
Like, no, it is. Slavery is worse. Things that had the atrocities that happened to these people are unimaginable.
and I agree with you.
Nobody's saying
And I agree
that the
with
crack
you.
epidemic
Yeah.
was not terrible. It was absolutely horrendous. Like you, I still have family members to this day that
Yeah.
are strung out on fucking crack.
Yeah.
It is absolutely ridiculous. But it honestly, a lot of things that have happened to black people are bad.
Absolutely.
And it's bad that we have things to compare to one another
That's crazy.
in the first place.
That's crazy.
To have these events and be like,
Yeah.
oh, this happened, but this was worse, or this is bad too. Like, why
The fact
so
that it's
many
even
things
a question.
happen
Yeah.
to us?
why-
The
why-
fact
like, why
that
do we have a
can
top
have
10
this
list of
conversation.
atrocities?
Yeah.
Yes, the fact that we can have this conversation is bad in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I'm thinking of
it's
the
like
Tulsa
we
Massacre
we
and all
have
kinds
some type
stuff,
of
so.
progress,
That's why
and then
my
it's
mind
like,
is
oh, bitch,
everywhere.
you thought. You thought.
But see,
like,
but see, that's why my answer was my answer. Because it was progress being made, and then it was like
Now we got
it's like-
neighborhoods. Now we
it's
got
like that.
families actually
You
being able to
motherfuckers
stay
y'all
together.
y'all becoming too like, you know what I'm saying, strong.
Too
Y'all got,
united.
y'all got Black Panthers. Y'all united. Y'all got your own
We don't like
neighborhoods and doctors.
Everybody,
and schools
family,
and,
kids,
Yeah,
aunties,
we don't fucking.
uncles.
We ain't fucking with that. Y'all got.
I mean, I understand where you're
Yeah,
coming
that's
from.
why I said I get
still
it.
disagree. I still feel like
What,
slavery.
I don't think you disagree because he never said that slavery was worse.
He did. The question was, what was
What's
the
the
worst thing
worst?
that happened to black people?
I know,
He
but that's
said
why he
crack.
corrected it in the beginning.
That's what he's
After
saying.
I made my mistake.
But
I mean, that's what he's
what I'm
saying.
saying
No,
is
he taking us down his lane. That's what
he's
supposed to be doing.
This question is so subjective. You see what I'm saying? Like it just matters where the passion is for you.
But
You
that's
see
what I'm saying. Like, if you have a direct connection to that, then of course you're going to be more passionate about
my
that.
direct, you know what I'm saying, is I watched it like with my
Right.
eyes from a kid, to my mama, to my uncle, to my brother selling dope. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To my brother selling dope to my mama. You see what I'm saying?
But that's
So
what-
so I watched families be destroyed, like
Mm-hmm.
and can still trace it. See how you say, like, when it came to slaves, like we can't even trace it back,
Mm-hmm.
like where we from and what tribe we from. I can trace back where it started, what grandma did this and what aunt did that, and trace families back now to this day that are still on welfare, or still Section 8, or still got to be without the husband in the house. Like, I can trace it. Not glossing over slavery. Slavery was an atrocity. I never know who my forefathers was. Mm-hmm. I could have been a king and don't know it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was an atrocity. But I watched atrocity in real life. Like, not from a book that somebody told me. Like, I watched it in front of me.
But are you not just proving my point about proximity?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
But also, you still see the effects from slavery now. Like how you just said, we don't know our forefathers. It's still going on now. Like, we have broken homes because we was enslaved and broken down as a people. You know what I'm saying? It's the same circle of shit. So if that didn't happen, the extra didn't happen. That's what.
So slavery got the ball rolling, basically.
Yeah. Basically,
like that was the impetus. Like,
if we didn't get
this the first thing.
taken over here, we'll be living a whole different life. We wouldn't even be living how we living, dressing how we dressing, eating what we eating. None of that shit.
Yeah.
It'll be a whole different time.
And some of us were already here as far as America.
Yeah.
Well, and also
That's another great point.
yeah.
That all of us weren't enslaved. It was some black people already here before slavery got here.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted everybody to kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know how we can get passionate, but I said I was going to work on my passion. You feel me?
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be progressive.
Look at you.
Try to be progressive. You know what I'm saying? So, but
You redeemed yourself from that Christmas conversation.
don't,
Oh yeah, I saw that episode.
let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
I'm trying to be progressive.
Okay.
All right. So the bigger question is, so what are some tropes or traditions in the black family, American black family, that we need to let go? Like, that shit is not doing us no good. It's hurting us more than it's helping us.
probably half of the food that we cook, but
Kicking your kids out at 18.
Speak on.
Fuck yeah.
Speak on, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with the
you
glasses.
good.
Speak on that shit.
I don't understand just because a child, because you still are a child, I don't give a damn you 18 and the law say you legal, kicking your kid out at 18 simply because they're 18 just does not make sense to me.
Dumbest shit.
And it sets them up for failure because you don't know shit about shit, but you out here trying to make it, so you start on this basically struggle train. You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to go to college, you have to try to
Get a whole
juggle
bunch of
going to school and working.
Full-time
like,
job.
yeah.
And put your
and that
kids
is
straight to the streets.
tough.
When did you leave the house, Danny?
I left the house a couple times. I got kicked out at 16, and then I went back. And then I was... I ain't had nowhere to stay for a little while when I was like 18, 19. So it wasn't even that I got kicked out at 18. My mom was moving to Texas, and I didn't want to move to Texas. I wanted to go to school, you know what I'm saying, be about my family and shit. So I didn't really get kicked out.
Your mom kicked you out at 16?
Man, life was complicated. Me and my mama relationship just always been complicated as fuck. So I can't even say that I got kicked out all the time. Sometimes I had to leave. Like, the way shit was going in certain situations, I just had to leave. Like, cause I mean, we good now, but like, if I didn't leave and I would have stayed at certain points, then we probably wouldn't have been where we at now.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So
I remember leaving the house when I was 19. I ain't no shit, by the way.
was you ready?
Nah, I wasn't ready. I remember coming home one day at like 12 o'clock at night. And then my daddy was like, you got a curfew. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, but I'm fucking 19. What the fuck I got a curfew for? Like, I don't even get out work till 1 o'clock. How I got a curfew?
Like, my curfew is after.
Yeah, like I get out work at 1.
Now
How the
that
fuck I
was
got
the
a
little
curfew?
shit that staying with people would always get
and
kicked out.
then so that was the first thing. And then this next thing was, if you're going to stay here, you're going to put in on the bills. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if I'm going to have to pay for some shit,
I might as well get my own.
I might as well get my own shit and not have to listen to this curfew shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to her point, that's a disservice to a 19-year-old who's literally a kid and don't know shit.
Yeah.
Like, my father shouldn't have been asking money from me because the money I'm making ain't really helping shit in this house.
Right.
Like you were supporting it before I got a job, so that means you can still support it, and my money should be going to like some
I'm
shit.
gonna say
that's gonna,
this. I'm
like,
gonna disagree with that because
go for it, man.
you gotta give now you got to give people some type of feel of structure on life once they leave, and how to put up money to pay bills, and how it's gonna feel to know that you got to put up this money to make sure this get paid.
But you know that's a black thing, though, right?
What the system is, because like I got my cousin that's staying with me now, and I'm trying to make sure that I can get some money from her, but I want to put it up for her. I don't want to take it and put it towards me, because at the end of the day, I still got to live in this bitch when she leave. But I do want to I want to get it from her. Yeah, but I want to be able to put it up for her. So when you do leave, I'm going to give it back as a gift. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, so that's good shit. But like, that thought process is what's wrong with black people. But
That's what's wrong with
I'm gonna
kids.
let Beck do his thing. I don't want to.
I feel like that came from a good place, but then people got the shit mixed up.
Yeah.
Like, it came from a good place. So I would say, like, if you have, I take me, for example, as one person I talk about, as one person I know. So, like, my daddy told me when I turned 18, I'm either going to college or going to the military because I ain't living in this house. The reason he told me that, because at the time I was doing stupid shit. So he was giving me motivation. He kicked me out, but he's gonna be there. He's gonna help. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I lit a fire under my ass. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna go to college. Went to college, fucked up. I was like, all right, he told me this, so I need to figure something else out. So I went to the military. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he made me pay bills. Like, he made all of us pay bills. But when I paid bills when I was younger, like when I had my first job, he wasn't putting the money towards bills. He put that shit in the account. And then when I finally got to a point where I was like, oh, I want to do this, they gave me my money back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, this is, but he was showing me structure, like, oh, you got to pay bills.
That stuff that my
You know what I'm saying? He teaching you, or you got to pay bills, they got to be due by this time. Yeah, you got to do this. He wasn't just releasing me to the world or feeding me to the wolves. He was telling me that so I can have motivation, but he also had an alter, you know.
Because you had to have that same motivation in school. You just left from being in school. So in school, you had to know that you had to get up, take these tests, at least somewhat study, pass something. You had to do something. So to get from that and then think you're going to sit at home all day, do nothing, pay nothing, figure out nothing, like, that's not okay. So that be the only, like, I got a little brother right now, and that's what we're going through now. So my mom like, either you find a job or you going to the military. And it's only because he has no urge to do nothing. So it's like you went from school to completely nothing. Like, you don't want to do nothing. Ain't nobody pressuring you, but we asking you. And now it's you, and he's a boy.'s put that out there. I
also felt like at one point in time, motherfuckers getting in gangs and doing dumb shit. So it's either you gonna get a job or you gonna go to the military.
To stay out the street.
Be in my house doing this dumb shit and die.
Yeah, I know where it came from. What I'm saying.
I mean, of course, you want to give kids structure, right? Because they have to learn at some point how to be a damn adult and live in an adult world, right? But it's like so many parents just willy-nilly, oh, you're 18, okay, get out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and the kid may be a good kid, but now you putting them on this path to
do whatever to get what they need.
Yeah, and that's not
now
cool.
She
now,
might sell a little pussy. Not sell it, but
right.
She gotta get a sugar daddy.
I mean, that could be, you know, you can fall into the wrong crowd. Now you down a path that's gonna take you years to recover from. But I mean, for real. But
school, that's what they. I mean, like,
if you
know
have a child
like
that needs, you know, a little more structure, a little more discipline, whatever, and okay,
you gotta put that fire under there.
You know,
I feel like I ain't mean to cut you off, but I feel like parents that do shit like that are horrible parents. They don't.
But they don't know nobody.
They didn't
See,
want
my
them
thing
damn
is,
kids.
That's because their parents did that to them.
They've been waiting. They've been waiting.
They'll
anyway.
say, "Oh, I have to get out of 18. You gonna get out of 18."
Because people think I'm crazy when I say my son ain't got to leave till he's like 26, 27. They think I'm throwing off.
I can go back to my mama's house.
No, but I'm saying, I'm not go back. Like,
he can stay.
Like, he's not gonna leave my house till he's 26,
that
27.
nigga gonna have a job. He gonna
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gonna want to get out.
But that's what the comeback door is open.
But what I'm saying is, I'm setting it up because I know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? I know what the other color doing. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like their kid is going to college. The moment college is done, they're coming straight back home. They're not getting up on it.
Their average is 26.
They living do be different too. Because you're not finna let your kid and friends and shit hang out the way they be doing.
Yeah,
that's why they living do be there longer.
But I'm saying, I watch they structure though. They're sending kid to school. Kid comes immediately back home. Soon as school is over. Soon as college is over. Until they get a job in the field that they studied. and could afford their first home without being in debt, the parents do not push them out. They wait till they have a job in their field. Wait till once they leave, they're established, have a home and a career, so that they don't have to come back.
Drugs and all.
That's the structure. It's something that we're not doing. You know what I'm saying? We just like
And that's
you're a
where
whole
you- look,
kid.
that's
Figure
where
that
you-
shit the fuck out.
Only reason I'm gonna stop there is because of, like I said, we know how you live in your mama house, and we know how they live in their mama house, which do be different.
And I'm saying.
So that's why.
But I'm saying the blueprint got to be the same.
Yeah,
like the
I mean-
blueprint is, if I set this up in this way, once
and
you
I feel like
leave,
maybe
The only way
you
that
don't
works-
have to come back.
The
You
only
feel
way
what
that
I'm
works
saying?
for us is it's not necessarily a blueprint. Everything got to be equal because they got advantages that we don't have.
Oh, I'm accepting that. I'm just saying I've watched it long enough to see the angle. You know what I'm saying? I see how they coming, and that's just one thing. I know you said.
The food.
I know you said food is one of the things.
Yeah, this is the first thing I
black
thought
folks gotta
about,
let
yeah.
go.
You said okay.
Like,
He said
like
the way we-
artery clogging,
Yeah.
high
agree.
cholesterol
Yeah.
food.
Oxtail,
You know,
turkey
like every
leg.
time I go back home, I
I
gain
just
like
started
6
eating
pounds.
Everything
Like,
is fried.
Like to be honest with
goddamn.
you, because motherfucker, black people put a lot of salt on shit, and a lot of salt kill more black
see,
people.
But we just
than
fried
white
some
people.
okra the other day. I was like, wait, why did we fry it?
It tastes better that way.
Everything tastes better
Everything.
fried.
Yeah, what I'm saying, he don't even know it.
Yeah.
Why is it fried?
He just
I'ma
start
eat
getting
it.
fried.
Why we bake the chicken but fry the okra?
But you know why we like that? But you know why we like that though, right?
Real textures. Black people.
But the
Because
thing,
back
I don't
in-
even know how to
I'ma
make
say
okra
this.
any other type of way except for with salmon or fried.
See,
I don't even know how to make it.
That
make
slimy
it.
okra, you
Yeah.
can't fuck with
We
that.
don't like slime.
fried
Yeah,
that
see, that's
motherfucker.
But
why
the thing
you
about
lose it.
half my family, we don't know how to cook any other type of way. Like that's what.
Where you from?
New Orleans.
Oh,
like
yeah,
we don't
we
know
don't.
how to we don't know how to cook.
Y'all cook all that
But you know,
fat shit.
but
I
you know
can't
why
wait to
we
go
cook
eat.
like that, right? You know that's why that's in our
It's
blood.
good, but
No, it's not because
No,
it's
it's
good.
I know
slavery.
it.
Yeah, it's because
we were
we-
given the scraps. We had to
But
make
you
Yeah,
got
the
to think about it
chitlins.
like
We had to make
black
it.
people love chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken is yard bird. You can make that motherfucker stretch feed for a whole family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why.
But
we cook
also,
chicken.
Asians too.
chicken is a thing for black folks because when we became farmers, it was the only livestock they allowed us to have. They wouldn't let us have cows or
Cows
horses.
and
They only
shit, yeah.
allowed us to have chickens. The thing I think black folks need to let go is this stay in the house. Shit, like
Stay in the house.
so like.
You buy something, you got to keep it.
No,
in
no,
house.
no, not that. Like the whole family know this deep dark secret, but we ain't allowed to talk about it. Like
Oh.
Uncle Ben been touching cousin Susan,
Oh,
but he ain't
yeah.
supposed to leave the house.
But that's not a
Oh,
black
yeah.
thing. That's
No,
not
no,
a
no,
black
no,
thing.
no, no. That is a black thing.
No, because they got white people got dark secret. Epstein and all them.
But we ain't
got
talking about
secret.
dark secrets. Like it's in a black household. Like your mama will tell you.
He not talking about the secret. He talking about the act of
Yeah,
keeping it.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like
okay.
your mama, you probably heard your mama, your grandma, auntie say, whatever happens in this house, stay in this house.
Yeah.
But that's detrimental.
It is.
That's detrimental. You see what I'm saying? Like,
But what would you want as the counter to that? To just let your business
Address the
out?
problem.
Yeah. And that nigga needs to go
Address
to
the
jail.
problem. nigga.
Somebody
No,
needs to go
no.
to prison.
Address the problem, but I make sure you ain't like, oh, this shit need to be, spread at the church, spread at the school, spread.
I
at
don't
the,
care
I
who
do
they
that too,
tell,
that's why I'm
but
here.
somebody needs some justice. Somebody needs to say something. Why are we protecting?
but I'm saying we said that to protect cousin Bob.
I don't think that was to
Right.
protect
Cause
cousin
that's
Bob. I think
grandma-
that
It
was to
definitely was
that was to
protect
protect
cousin
the like
No,
family name
no,
and all that
no,
good
that's-
stuff.
No, they trying to protect Bob
That's
ass.
grandma's favorite son.
Right.
She make excuses for him,
He
and so
don't
we
know
don't
no
talk
better.
about it.
Um,
Yeah, that's what that was for years.
He don't mean no harm.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. A lot of old black families don't care about family name. You got a drunk cousin that wouldn't piss off somebody, and everybody know him by they know your family by that one person. They trying to protect that one person they love in that family.
Right.
You know, he might be a little slow, or was a little slow. You know what I'm saying? It might be something like that, or it's like, okay, he didn't get the opportunities
He
that
was
everybody
drunk.
else
Maybe
got.
he was drunk.
Or like you
Oh,
said,
his
that's
daddy
their
beat him.
favorite child.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna make excuses for him, and this motherfucker's 50, and I'm still making excuses for him. Why? He's a grown ass man. Like, why are we doing this? Or woman, whomever. Like, we gotta stop that shit. People need to be held accountable, and you can't expect children, especially like children coming up to the family, be like, no, don't say nothing. That's not right. That's how some people start, going, and
Doing it to other people.
confiding into other people. It may be the wrong people. Now they down the wrong path.
Or they do
now
it to
go to
other
drugs
people, too.
or whatever, because
That's
I don't
really
know
what
how
they
to hold
do.
this
Like
shit
R.
in.
Kelly.
You know,
That's
how
really
crazy
what
that-
they do.
That I realized that more children assault children than adults.
Yeah,
But
we
it's
was
because
talking
they've
about
been
them,
assaulted. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
But that's how
And they gonna
that's
do it
how
to
the
other
cycle
kids. That's a lot
continues.
of-
and they don't
That's a
talk
lot of-
about like I know a guy that like one of the guys, one of like the team leaders like assaulted him as a kid at the church, but because his church we just sent him off. Like he don't go to jail, we just sent him off. Like, but it's like we supposed to talk about this. Like this
Right.
nigga's a sex offender. Like we gotta get this
Right.
nigga off the
He
streets.
need to be registered.
Cause we sent him to another church. He just finna do that another church we
Somebody
sent him
else.
to.
Yeah.
Because we ain't telling his business.
Yeah, because we don't want you feel what I'm saying? And it's really that's really that slave shit because it's like we don't want white folks in our business. That really you know what I'm saying?
That's always what you hear. I ain't gonna lie. But nowadays, it's really crucial to have white folks in your business.
Separation.
Yeah. No, I was saying right and wrong.
got an issue.
No, I was saying it in both ways. Because sometimes it ain't no good thing to have them in your business because they don't want to hear the details. They don't give a fuck about shit. They just trying to do what they need to do or what they came to do. And then on other instances,
Well, y'all
I don't know. I don't really
I,
fuck.
I have a
mixed.
I have a mixed emotions about white folks. Cause you know
We all do, but we
y'all-
gonna keep the topic at hand.
Y'all know
We need to keep the topic
I
at
don't
hand.
trust them all the way.
Oh my God.
Me and TD and Mika Meek was talking before the show, and I was telling her
Oh,
that
please do not repeat that.
why not repeat it?
That is terrible. Is it about the kids?
Yes.
Oh my God. You gonna say that out loud on camera?
Okay, what happened?
Yeah, I'm finna say yes
Okay.
on this camera.
I'm listening.
I told
I say
her.
that shit every fucking episode.
Yeah, he said the last episode.
Paul
I
was
say
on
that shit
there.
all the time. That if you got first of all, and I know Paul got a white mom, and I still told it to him. I said that you know if you adopted black kids, take them back. If you're white, take them back. Take them back from where you got them from.
I don't trust
You
when
just
they
said
do
if you
that
adopted them,
anyway.
not if you had them.
I don't think you should have had them, but because you got them that year, so I mean that's different.
That is.
But if you went and got them, take them back.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, nowadays, it's the best thing for them as we be seeing. And then that's another thing you keep in
Are
house.
y'all-
The black kids keep
Are
in
y'all
house.
serious?
I think she agreed with me. She don't
Are
even do
you
that.
serious?
She don't even do that. She agreed.
Y'all don't be the shit
Y'all
on the
do?
internet? Yeah. yeah.
Hey, say Drake.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
What's up, man?
what's happening?
How you feel about it?
Run it back by me again.
I said if you white and you adopted black babies, take them back.
If you white, oh, that's
That's it.
nigga.
You on that loud pack. God damn.
That nigga thought it was like,
Damn.
he like, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That nigga on
I think that's influence that. I mean, it's influence, man. It just depends, like on I guess where it start from when it come to adopting them, because like. I mean, it changes their whole demographic of life and shit, but it could be for the better.
Oh shit.
I mean, as far as like
What
the
side
way
you
that
on?
listen to me. It could be either black or white, bro. I'm like black people do that shit too, so we not gonna act like
Do what part?
you know the whole Huxtable shit. Make sure that kids going to the right school.
He didn't say that. He's talking about adoption.
Adoption.
I'm saying black people do that too for kids that they adopt or kids they have, whatever. And as far as white people, they might point them in the right direction as far as going to school and all of that.
Oh.
But at the home, it might the upbringing might be fucked up.
I get what you're saying, but I'm not. First of all, I want people to understand I'm not talking to white folks.
Mm-hmm.
I also, to your point, I also don't think black people should adopt white folks.
You think they should?
They shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
So, do you think Asian people should adopt black folks? Should be black people
so
do
just
like
fuck the
Asian
kids.
folks?
The kids don't get no homes
Yeah.
unless they with the same
When
race.
did I
You
say
gotta
fuck
color
the kids?
coordinate your
Basically what you
kids.
Yeah, because it don't really matter what color, bro. If a person, listen, that's racist as fuck. This nigga racist as fuck. Listen.
So that means Tiger Woods gonna adopt whoever he want.
No, he shouldn't.
Nah, that's funny. That's hilarious.
First off, he said color coordinate your kids. I did not say that. That's first.
bro, you-
That's first. Second of all, y'all not gonna pay me to be a fucking racist because I ain't. I just simply said
Oh no.
what?
He like Dr.
You said take the kids back, bro. That's
You
crazy.
did say
I mean, that's the part of not trusting
I don't
white
think they
people.
have a refund
That's just a
policy.
period that he just saying. You just don't trust white people.
You
Yeah,
need to-
and
you need to
I
talk to
feel you.
somebody
And that might
about
not be in
And
everything.
hold on, talking about, I don't want you to.
That's not in everything.
I don't want you to get it twisted. It's not just white folks. Like the Korean lady shouldn't be adopting a black kid either. Like I want
But the
that
black
to be.
people can adopt the black kid, and they can be harmful to the black kid. But as long as they black, it's alright.
Yeah,
never
the
said
color
that.
you putting on it is
Well, what
like
the fuck is
So
saying
is
Don't you
it,
put
What
words
are
in
you
my
saying
mouth.
then?
That colorism
Where the
on
kids
it.
gonna go? You want the kids to stay at the group home. You want the kids
He said
to
at
stay
least
at the
they gonna
shelter.
be
What the
black
fuck-
going through
what
black
happened
shit.
to the kids?
He said at
Just
least they
fuck
gonna.
the kids, huh?
I didn't say fuck the kid.
Okay,
never
what you
see
saying
like
then?
Mike?
What we doing? What we doing with the children?
You ain't never
That's
see
when
like
it really
Mike,
come
nigga.
Yeah,
out.
what we doing with them?
You gonna let me? Because right now,
I want you to
I
say
feel-
where
I
these
feel
kids
like
gonna
I
go.
know where I'm about to go.
because right now,
Who color it is.
you and Big is being very AOB.
Where these kids gonna go?
And I'm being so. First of all, we spoke about it. I said if they're not being adopted by the same race, leave them there.
Because that's the qualification. I'm black. I get a black kid.
I didn't say
Fuck
that.
how my
So you
house
telling
looks.
me-
First off, I did not say that was the
Wait,
qualification.
wait.
You actually gotta like
Wait,
pass some
wait.
shit to get to that point. To adoption, you gotta pass some tests.
But
this
the
is
first
what-
level,
like a culture
if you're
test?
white, Korean, Hispanic, you're out.
Out.
But if you're black, you
Wait,
get past.
but
the
if you
line.
pass a culture
Fact.
test, you
Wait,
can get
wait,
them.
no. This what I don't understand. Right? It goes back to the kids. So you say leave them there, right? Leave them there. So what if nobody want to come get them? They just gonna be stuck in the system. Is what you're telling me?
Until they're 18.
You putting that
Yes.
color on that shit.
Wow.
So
And
you
then-
think
and
you
then they
think it's
get
better
kicked
for them
out.
to stay in the system than to be adopted by somebody that will actually love them?
So this is my thing, bro.
No, just answer the question first, and then you go into your spiel. So you feel like it's better for them to stay in the system with no family, no loved ones, no one that love them, bounce around from foster home to foster home, to somebody that actually come in and adopt them and will love them.
Can I ask you a question without saying yes or no, or I gotta say yes or no then go into
Yeah, you gotta say yes or no because you're gonna try to spin it. I didn't just
No, I'm
say
not gonna
yes,
spin it.
I feel that way, or no, I
yes,
don't.
I feel that way. Now I
Okay,
can
that's
answer.
all I needed because that's fucked up.
So now can I answer it? That I had to give you a yes or no. All right. So two things. First thing, people have a very distorted outlook on what a group home is or what a foster home is because they only seen it in movies, TV, or heard it on the news, and those things are untrue. Right? I did that shit for 12 years, 16-hour shifts.
Tell me about it.
About what part?
Tell me about a foster home or a group home. I didn't grow up in one. I grew up with a black mom and shit. So tell me about it.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to your mom.
Yeah.
Look, so
Hold on, before because I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna cut you off. I got a couple partners that been adopted, and they was in a foster home, but the foster home was ran by white people, and they had a loving family. They had multiple different kids. They had a whole like a stable of like.
Yeah, so what's the
Stable?
difference?
Stable?
If so speaking of that, what
She
if
had a
they're in a
foster
foster
home.
home or a group home, but
And
it's
it's
ran by
stable,
white
though.
people? They should still stay there?
Also,
So y'all just don't want me to answer y'all
Okay,
questions.
I'm sorry.
Because every time I
many-
every time I finna answer one,
Okay.
they ask me another one.
Because there's so many
I don't get to
questions.
answer the
There's
first
so many
one.
questions because it's basically fuck them kids. But tell me about it.
All right, so
Yeah, that's what he getting to. at the end of the
so again, people have a distorted, but. Like I said, I worked at one for 12 years. You see what I'm saying? I didn't fed and did lunch and did homework and went to games and taught them how to be a man and took them to church and got them dressed for prom and like y'all just see the negative and the bad shit.
I have a question. Were you like the only person that was really involved with the kids
No.
back then? Or was
It
everybody
was
there?
it was all of us. You know what I'm saying? We'd take the kids to get suits and we'd teach them how to shine shoes and how to be productive.
Do you think they were truly happy though?
So I believe that every kid, regardless to what's going on, wants to go back to their family, right? Like to like mom and dad or aunt or whoever like raised them. But for the kids who can't go back to that, you know what I'm saying? This surrogate father, this surrogate mom that's cooking you and showing you how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Or showing you how, you know what I'm saying, how to talk to a girl and baby and stuff. Like I'm giving you the best that I can to prepare you for the next steps. You know what I'm saying? I said all that to say that some of these places are really good places. I didn't raise men that went off to war and came back. You know what I'm saying? And said, hey man, I appreciate everything that you did for me. You know what I'm saying? People that went to college and came back and said, man, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have got to this next step. So I want people to understand that just because you're in the system, don't mean you're in a bad place. Because sometimes the system is better than where you just were. Because mom was a crack fiend, daddy was an alcoholic, and so this is the better situation.
You can have, and that can be true, you can have positive role models in these group homes, foster homes, but who's to say that these adoptive parents that happen to not look like you physically can also give you a positive role model, a positive home, and you grow just simply because we are not the same race. I just don't get to have this baby.
But I'm saying that was the second part because y'all said two things. So that was the second part. I do believe. First of all, I don't want you to misconstrue. I say shit, but it get glossed over because I be talking fast.
No, because you gloss over.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No, it don't get glossed over. You gloss over.
No.
You see right past that shit.
I didn't go
That's
past
why I
that
asked
shit.
my question because you do.
No. No, I'm saying. I think that other races can have empathy for like black folks or I can have empathy for a white woman. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
But you don't think they can raise?
But I don't think a white woman can raise my son. You see what I'm saying? Because
go ahead, I'm waiting on you.
Because it's some things that she can't teach my son that he's going to endure for the rest of his life.
Is it because she's white and she's a woman?
Oh, see, I ain't even add the woman part.
I'm just
See,
saying.
now you're taking it to some. I'm not even making it a gender thing. This is the first time I am not making it a gender thing. Yeah, this is the first time I never.
I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify. That's all.
So I want to clarify. This is the first time ever on this show that it has nothing to do with gender.
Okay, gender's not a factor right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just some things. It's some things she can't teach my son that he finna endure for the rest of his life because he look like me. She can raise the best man she know how to possible, and it will not be enough because she can't identify with who he is. And she.
I'm letting you finish. I'm letting everybody know. Don't start talking because I'm about to go. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna just let you go.
All right, so I'm rewind. I'm rewind because I'm gonna go off exactly what you said. Because what you were saying about sometimes and some of these and some of that, I'm not talking about those. I understand that some group homes or some homes are good. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones in the system that everybody hate. The ones that they just trying to get money from the state. You know what I'm saying? The ones that the kids get treated like shit. So you'd rather them kids stay in there because they don't have you. They don't have your staff that you had, that you was helping them kids and getting them ready for prom. They don't have that. They have motherfuckers that's just trying to get money from the state. Don't give a fuck what happened to these kids, right?
Okay, I'm working with you.
So you saying that it's better for them to stay in there than to get in a family that will actually love them. Even though their cultural difference, they might be white, they might be Indian, they might be whatever other race than black, or whatever other race that's not theirs. You saying they should stay in there and deal with that bullshit than to have a better life. That's what I'm asking. Because you saying about the exception. Always exception to everything. Mm-hmm. Everything you got.
Just like the bad is an exception.
The who?
It's way more good than it is bad.
Understandable, but I'm not talking about the good shit. The good shit, okay, I understand that. I'm talking about the people that's going through that shit and that's hating it. They hate their life. They depressed and shit.
I have on the flip side. Because he's talking about, the kids that are in bad situations at bad group homes, bad foster homes, or whatever. The good ones. They can have a positive impact on these children, right? But don't you feel as though if they were in an actual family, they would have that stability? They would have that consistent love from, usually they adopt them out to two parents, right? A two-parent household or whatever.
Sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that you guys don't have a positive impact on their life at all.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But you don't think that having like a child coming home to this house every day, I don't have to worry about anything, or maybe I don't get along with this kid, or whatever the fuck, I'm going home to my family every day, like having that stability, that's not more important than, my mama's, I don't know, fucking Vietnamese. I don't know, but she loves him or her.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
The kids.
And I respect that's what it come down to for y'all, but that's not what it come down for me. And I'm saying,
I think you make things way more complicated.
Because what I'm saying,
so I can never speak I can never speak to Vic about military. You see what I'm saying? Because he went served and he went put his life on the line for that, and I did not.
Well, with that
Hold on,
same
tell me,
logic,
tell me.
I can never.
No,
I can never. I don't know what it feels like to be a man, but I can raise a little boy to my best ability, right? And love the hell out of him, right?
And he would not be whole. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I can't speak to that because I didn't do that. I'm saying y'all are speaking to somebody who did it day in and day out for 16-hour shifts. 7 days a week without an off day for years.
Let me ask you.
I saw this daily. So what y'all are speaking to or a preconceived notion of what y'all think it looks like.
No. I'm talking from what I know.
Even if you, but
I'm talking from what I know.
Even with you, because you did it for how long? You said
12 years.
12 years. But now you're no longer there. But some of those kids stay behind, right? So now you're no longer there. That consistency has stopped, right? With you, right? You're no longer there. There are other people.
My staff's still there.
There are other people that may have left or come in and out. Maybe they stayed for a long time, but still, children maybe they're longer than what the staff is or whatever. But if they were adopted into a family, regardless of their race, they could have that stability and that love. They don't have to worry about, oh shit, I don't know when they're gonna leave because they're at home with a family.
I don't know what you mean.
Because, okay, I'm in a group home, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's a great group home.
Yeah.
Like, and you're doing your job. You're doing the best you can. I love you. You know what I'm saying? I care about you. I know you care about me or whatever. But any day, you can just stop working here.
Yeah, I got
any
you.
day, you cannot come back. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got you.
But if I'm in a family that I come home, I wake up and see every day, I come home to every day after school, you know, like I feel like stability plays a big role. I think even kids that come from great group homes, even though they appreciate the staff that was there, I think they would have loved to have been in a family. You know what I'm saying? And have that over anything.
I mean, I see your
Kids
point.
need that.
I think everybody.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
gotta
I'm saying,
have
do it
stability.
Yeah, you gotta have stability. I mean, kids don't know. They can't handle that kind of thing like adults probably can. Even some adults can't handle
Can I say
instability.
something?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, so what I feel like AOB. This might sound a little playful, but what I think AOB on the side of is like, okay, you a black kid, you get raised by a white family or whatever. It might be a case where you still a black person, so you get around your people. And
you know how to be.
you can't quote the Friday. You can't quote the Friday. You don't know who Mike Epps is. You can't.
How important?
Even though that's not important.
How important
but I'm
is
saying
that over all the other things that I stated? Even though that is important to identify.
But let's be real. You can live without it. You can live without it nowadays.
Yeah, I mean
You can live without what?
Being able to identify with black people all the time.
Yeah,
but you can live without it. But what he?
Oh Lord,
But listen, but
now we're in the cars movie. Oh Jesus Christ!
nah, but I'm saying you can live without it.
I'm a prowler.
But the thing is,
My bad.
yeah, y'all just
I ain't seen them since the early 2000s.
yeah, them all was ugly than the
Nah,
But yeah.
I just wanted to ask you if you really think that they were whole, that you were raising probably about at least 30 kids that identify you as father, because I know my brother did the same thing as you.
Yeah, I'm dad.
And all of them still hit him up,
Yeah, I'm
dad.
dad. I'm
So
still
you
dad
were a
now.
single father of 30 versus...
Not a
They
single
wanted a
father of
family.
30.
Yeah, that's it. He pretty much a single
But yeah,
father of
but-
30 versus this, like you said, a Vietnamese lady that could have raised this one, a white couple that could have raised this one.
Right.
All of them, even though they love you and call you dad, all of them would have picked a family. I promise you.
Right.
I'm gonna say this though. I get where you coming from, and I damn near was in the car.
With
But
him or me?
You.
Okay.
But where I
Got
fell out the car, I
you said,
fell
"Fuck
out the
them
car.
kids."
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like we've been saying, everybody wants a family. You feel what I'm saying? So I would rather Lil Antoine go with Becky and
Yeah, you can only have so many
Terrence.
Friendsgivings.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because Becky and Terrence are love.
Becky and Nick.
Becky and Nick.
Yeah.
I like that.
And
I like
they
that.
red hair, you know what I'm saying? All that. They gonna take care of him. They gonna give him everything he need. They gonna love him because that's what he needs. I'd rather him have that than be in broken and
Let's
be,
be
And
real.
let me say
I'm
this,
gonna say
be
I'm
less
50-50.
whole. Because you say he not gonna be
You
whole.
conflicted?
I'm 50-50.
50-50.
So I'm say this: if it's some black people on the list and there's a black kid need to get adopted, interview them black people first.
Well, here's the thing. If we're going down the list and the qualifications
that's how you
and
do it.
if everything
Yeah,
is
it's a lot
equal
of
and
qualifications.
the only deciding factor is this family's black, this family's white, but everything else is equal, okay, yeah. He needs chooses to go with the black family,
That's
right?
That's what I be trying to say.
But what I'm saying is, a lot of times, maybe a lot of the candidates are not black.
Let me
You know
tell-
what I'm saying?
let me
Like,
tell-
Yes, that is.
That's definitely valid.
First of all,
for sure.
not valid. And let me tell you how hard. Let me tell you how hard I believe it. It was this.
Not
It was
valid.
this kid named Church.
Church.
I love Church. Well, his real name was Jacob, but his middle name was Church, so I call him Church. Church, little Mexican kid. Church probably the youngest kid we ever had in the group home. Church got there when he was like 7. At this point, he like 11. I been his daddy all his life. He like, will you adopt me? I'm like, I bet. I'm like, all right, cool. We'll sign. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, bet. Fuck it. We'll sign the papers. All right, like we finna go through. I'm finna sign the papers. We finna just take this nigga home. Right. But then I got to thinking, like, that's why I'm telling you, I really believe what I'm saying. Like, it ain't bullshit. Like, can I give him what he needs to know who he is? I don't believe that I can.
At that point,
And then I saw Church 7 years later.
Adopted by a white family?
Fuck no. By a Mexican family who has given him everything that he could possibly need to be the best Jacob he could be. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what he needed. I was going to give him all my culture because I don't know enough about his. Even if I try my best, I can't identify with him.
I got a question.
So how
You
about
see what I'm saying?
I got a
That's what
question.
I'm-
I got a
that's
question.
what I'm
Do you think he would have been happier with you because he came to you and asked you to
Right.
adopt him? You know what I'm saying? He really wanted you to be daddy. Pause.
And it's
I'm sorry.
We talking about kids. I don't know if you got to pause.
Yeah, but nah.
But he a kid though, so
Yeah.
they-
So what
they
I'm saying
change their
is,
mind.
what I'm saying is, it wasn't even that Church is asking me to adopt him because I'm the best. I'm the best one for the job. It's everywhere he's been before here, even at his own parents' house.
They didn't show him.
It
what
was
you showed
chaos,
him.
right?
Yeah.
Like mom and dad lost him because it was chaos. It was fighting. It was drugs and everything else. So he want Mr. Barnes to adopt him just because I'm stable. He see me every day. I'm checking his
No, that's
homework.
what you.
needs stability.
But that's what
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
But that's
You
what you.
built a
But hold on,
bond
that's
with
what you
him, though.
assuming
Yeah.
though. You don't know his full feelings about that. He probably. See, you probably right about saying stable, but he really probably looked up to you.
Yeah,
as
because
that dude.
I'm treating him the way he's supposed to be treated. That I'm saying.
Which mean he ain't the last person that he can look
Yeah,
replace.
I ain't, that's what I'm saying. I'm not
Kids
gonna,
is kid. That's a
yeah,
kid.
yeah.
So they can.
I'm just the first one
Yeah.
that's then treated
who
you
they
like
can
a human.
identify
No,
as.
see, but
You feel what I'm saying?
Hold on. I'm listening to what he's saying, right? He said from 7 to 11. So that means he went in there at 7, and when he asked him to get adopted, he was 11. So he went these years. He had time to grow and sit here and look at this man and be like, it's not like he said that in 3 months. He said that in years. It was years. So he imprinted
He
on
built
this
a
child.
bond.
So that's why I was like, oh, don't you think he would have been happy with going with you?
And it's
Because somebody else that came and
told
swooped
him
him
he
up,
had to do it.
he didn't sit there with them for 3 years every day.
I mean,
Hold on,
he
hold
could
on.
have
Did you
been.
just try to throw
But
me
hold
under the
on,
bus?
but check me out though.
He could have been though.
Wow.
He
You
could
don't,
have been
you don't know how
happier
big of a
with them.
decision that was.
But
I mean-
it's fucked up. You told him,
But he,
yeah.
You know
probably,
how kids-
probably in the long run, but I'm talking about like
Yeah,
right
but
in the
I-
beginning.
it also-
they
Yeah, I
just
mean,
came
right
in
then
and
and
swooped
there, of
him
course,
up.
that's what he
I
knows.
understand
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
But
And
as
also-
a
So
child,
of course
and
he's
I
gonna be
wouldn't be
comfortable,
able
but
to
then on
process
another,
that.
And then
on
also,
another
the
standpoint,
conversation
you know,
gonna be,
sometimes kids go somewhere
I
and
can't
they
do this and this is
enjoy
why.
places more.
But here's the
But
thing.
So
Mr.
then
Barnes
they'll
gonna be
eventually
here
turn
every
into
day.
be
year-old,
like,
But
I would not be
wanna
able
be
to
a
process
girl.
that.
I
I would
want
feel
to stay
like
there.
that.
I give you an
Mr.
example
Barnes
like
gonna be here every day.
this. Say
I'm gonna love you the same.
a lady have a daughter.
I'm gonna throw rocks at your car.
Man, come on, like.
Nah, I get what she's saying
chill.
because he already got
not the
post trauma
but he
before you,
raised
so
Right.
now you continuing it on. It's
10
It's
years later.
fucked
Nah,
up.
shit,
It's
oh, I
fucked
know.
up
Fuck up
situation.
your
Hey, I
wanna
just
get to
gave
know
you
my
a
daddy.
solution just now.
But
How about
the person
everybody
that
gets
raised
a second person?
It's
Like
the same
like so.
thing.
Let's say a white family
you
adopt a
wanna
black
create
kid.
that
You get a
bond.
black
It's
person to
still
help.
don't matter who comes.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. People create that bond regardless. Because
They get him.
for me, my stepdaddy came back and fixed that bond, so my bond's still my stepdaddy. So it's like I know my daddy, but my bond's still my stepdaddy over my daddy.
That just
But-
proved my point.
But it's because of that's where I ended up being. Like, that's where, you know what I'm saying? That's why I would rather be. Like, it was times where you pick where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a kid, you start to pick where you want to go. And, like, of course, this is where you want to be because this is what you know. And then I get the option to go somewhere else, and this is where I want to be, and this is who I want to go and identify with. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is who I want to be daddy. Well, fuck it, because this is where I want to be at, too.
But-
this is where
But
it feels better at over here.
I also want to say I also want y'all to understand that I'm not taking this shit lightly when I say this shit. Like to me, it's not a game because I didn't seen every side of it, right? You know what I'm saying? I done said not only did I work that, you know what I'm saying, but I lived it. You see what I'm saying? I told you my mom was a dope fiend. You see what I'm saying? My daddy did the best he can. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? He had his vices. You see what I'm saying? So I done been bounced around. I done seen both sides. So I want you to understand that like my decision making is an educated one. Like it's not like that's the way I feel and fuck it. Like I really believe like my people is the best for my people. You see what I'm saying? I really believe that. Like my people is the best for my people.
I agree.
I think we
But
could
what I'm
agree.
asking you is, if they can't get their people, they should just sit there.
Call me. I'm on my way.
So
You gonna
all
adopt
these
another
kids.
30
So
kids.
Nick Cannon,
No.
tell me how you gonna spread yourself so thin and be able.
Me?
Ain't Nick
Yeah,
Cannon
Nick
died?
Cannon. Yeah, Nick Cannon. So how
let-
you gonna
wait,
how
so
you gonna
first of
parent all these
so first of
goddamn
all-
children?
so
Huh?
First of all, that was a joke.
Okay.
Secondly, it's really our fault, right? Because our culture has not set up things where this isn't a conversation. Where we don't have surrogate families and surrogate fathers and moms to go in and go get these kids because our people is the best for our people. Because let me tell you, let me tell you what I've never seen, and hopefully this don't get us fucking canceled. And you know whatever the fuck they might mute the fucking video, but let me say this.
We got editors, right?
I've seen Mexicans there. I've seen Asians and Vietnamese and Chinese and black and African and all that shit. Never, you know, of all religions, never in all of my years and all of my fucking years that I have a Jewish kid. Never. You know why? Because they're not gonna let that happen.
Did you have an Indian kid?
Yeah, even Indian.
Damn.
Even Indian. I even had a fucking Eskimo kid. Literally an Eskimo. Never had a Jewish kid. You know why? Because they won't allow it to happen. Their people will grab their people and we just gonna raise them.
Well, I don't know the statistics on that.
Oh,
So
what?
I'm
I'm telling you, I've never seen it, and I've seen every walk of life.
I don't know.
Whatever his.
And I've never seen it because I've known Jewish people my whole life. They will not let it happen. They will raise the neighbor's baby if you can't do it because they won't let their people be raised by other people. But we're so okay with other people raising our kids. So y'all can feel however y'all want, but I know other cultures won't let it happen. But y'all are telling me because they love us
You spoke about one specific culture, but
Yeah.
you've named every other culture that was there.
Yeah.
So other people do that.
Yeah, but the culture that's winning, the culture that owns the banks and television and everything, the culture that's on top.
That's proximity.
Whoa.
Hold on. That's proximity because if something happened in that family for one of those kids to become up, have to be adopted or go into the system, that family is going to grab them. What's going on in our culture is that our proximity is fucked up. So if this family,
We saying the same thing though.
yeah, but you saying that, but you saying it because that's how they are. They have proximity. A lot of these other cultures don't have proximity like that.
I get what you're saying. You saying, and tell me if I'm wrong. You saying, I know that we finna have to go get this baby because I stay in a Jewish community.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. See, we don't have that.
And I know what kind of issues they got. And I know what's finna go on.
Yeah, because all of them go to church.
Yeah.
It's
they all go to mass and all that
close.
shit.
It's close knit.
Yeah.
So if you have, say me and you. I don't know your family, like your cousins and them.
Yeah.
And something happened to them. You can't get them, or you don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. Them, they know all each other's business.
Yeah.
They know little Tommy down the street, around the corner, 3 states over. You know what I'm
Mama
saying?
finna lose her job. She work at the diner. We finna
You know
go
what I'm
get
saying?
Tommy.
So they know that. We not close knit like that.
But you see why that's the problem though?
Rebuild the community.
That part.
Wait, you want to know why our community fucked
No,
up?
I said just rebuild the community. That's what we need to do.
But you want to know why it's fucked up? Because we was enslaved.
Slaves.
I knew that was I knew in
We
my
went full
heart.
circle.
I knew in my heart that was the
circle.
fucking answer. I knew he was waiting to pull that cord.
I wasn't.
But hey,
He
can I
said
say
something.
something
He
too?
said
I want to
something.
go back to that integration thing that he spoke on earlier. Just what am I cutting you off?
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
good. No, you good.
Oh, all right. I don't want to cut nobody. off.
No, you good.
That's why I be quiet. But with that being said, like I think that's what like. It is bad. Like it is bad because now we at a point where we can't pull out, man, and they got us, man. That's how I
In the
feel.
chokehold.
Yeah, like with the
I get what you're
material,
Because we
with the
we
social
dependent on
media,
them.
We dependent on
with
them.
the everything, and we can't fathom the evil that they come up with, and like, cause we not them type of people. Y'all gotta understand when y'all was in school reading them books and shit, what they was talking about, war. That's what they do. That only way we can overcome. People can talk and preach, and we can overcome and march and all this here. But the thing
Them bitches
is,
want a war.
that's what they own.
Oh,
They on
A
go.
war.
So now it took
Look
a turn.
at what the Ukraine and goddamn Russia. They've been doing that shit for
It
years.
took a racist turn.
Oh yeah, my
I
bad.
was about to
It
say
took a
something.
racist turn a long time ago.
Yeah, it
because
did,
for
but
you
I
it's
just had to
fuck
put
them
my
kids,
input
and
shit.
then for you it's just war.
Okay,
I don't know what's going on.
Man, it's war, man.
This-
It's war, man.
I would've
That's
said
them
something.
folks
That
on
shit
it. You
was
guns and all
Yeah.
that. How they
So-
took over the Indians? I don't know.
so,
I mean, the Native Americans. I don't want to say Indians. My bad.
This has been another episode of Hypoghettocally Speaking. I am AOB and I am not a racist.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm not either.
But he says fuck them kids.
I'm good, guys.
This your
I'm
president
not a
speaking,
racist.
president.
Goddamn.
Max Zanny checking out.
Oh, me? Oh, good
I
game.
forgot.
I thought I had already got. I thought y'all heard
Can't
me.
see, my bad.
Good game, Dre. Checking out. Y'all follow me at Stun Like Evil Knievel. You know what I'm saying? Turn me up. You feel me?
Okay.
Okay.
Mika Meek.
Hey, it's Mr. Technically Difficult. Don't follow me on any social media, but please, please, please download my game.
I thought he was about to say download his album.
No, Tower and Titans. Thank you.
That's
All right.
hard. You got a game?
No, he does. That's what he does for a living. So
What is Tower and Titans?
Tower of Titans, right?
Tower and Titans.
Bet that. So each and every Wednesday at 7:30, new episodes are released on YouTube. Follow all our social medias at Hypoghettocally Speaking. You want to be on the show? DM us. You got questions you want us to answer live on the show? We'll do that. If you just want to be a part of the movement, we're about to drop merch. AOA. You know what I'm saying? Ass on Arrival. Hoodies coming soon. Once again, I'm AOB. We appreciate our love. We want to shout out Studio Headquarters for allowing us to shoot here every week. And our engineer and our cameraman, Trent the engineer. If you need the best camera work in the game, he will do it. His link and all his information will be at the bottom of the video. We love and appreciate y'all. And again, I am not racist.
Well, fuck them kids.
Hey, man.